What's up, YouTube? My name is Jason, and this is my take. And I'm back with another review, and today we're going to be discussing the new Latto album, 777. Latto, Atlanta rapper, is here with an album, and I've actually been looking forward to this. I've never listened to a project by Latto, so this is my introduction, but I am familiar with her. Like, she's had very big hits leading up to this point. I don't know how many name switches: Mulatto, Big Latto, just Latto now. Big Energy, and just how big that track has been. I've been excited to listen to this project and see what she can do with the full-length project. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed. On these 13 tracks, Latto was just bigging herself up, gassing herself up like she usually does, over some very, very dope production. And surprisingly, Latto has some singing performances on here that I have no complaints about. I wasn't really aware that, that was a thing and that she does that as well. And I'm glad that I got to discover it because it made for some very memorable and interesting moments on this project. So let's just dive into some highlights. The 777 parts 1 and 2 definitely set the tone for this album. Back-to-back bangers to kick off this album, and Latto is just spitting out of her mind and flowing so easily. I love the song Wheelie featuring 21 Savage. And honestly, from a production side of things, there's not much going on, but nothing much needed to happen given the performances. I love Latto when she's just like really just talking that talk and just gassing herself up. She does it with so much energy and so much confidence. And then we get 21 Savage delivering on yet another feature with that cold-blooded tone and a mixture of some funny bars. That's typically what we get from 21 Savage. I like how Big Energy fit into the track list here because it is a big record and a little more of a poppy record, as it samples a very popular Mariah Carey track, but still as similar sounding and not much being done to the sample. I still love how Latto put her own spin to it. My favorite track on this entire project might have to be Sunshine, that features both Lil Wayne and Childish Gambino. And man, I love this beat, especially the triumphant keys on here, as well as the choir that's in the background. And this is the first of Latto singing on this project, and I gotta say, like, I'm very impressed. I really thought this was cool, and she sounded amazing. And man, Lil Wayne and Childish, man, they were perfect additions. And man, Childish Gambino isn't someone who's really making music consistently nowadays, so it was just great to hear him and him just like picking up with Lil Wayne's flow and riding this beat perfectly. And that solid singing by Latto continues on the song Like a Thug featuring Lil Durk. And honestly, this felt like a more low-key track compared to the other ones in the track list. And I enjoy both Latto and Durk. This sounds like a track that Lil Durk would be on, so it's no surprise that he came in and did his thing. Man, the hook on Bussdown is just so catchy. This was a track that I definitely come back to. Latto singing once again and sounding great. We get a cool verse from Kodak. Like, there's really not much to complain about here. That signature 4 count comes in as we get a Pharrell produced track on the outro, Real One. And I like what Latto was speaking on here. It's nothing complicated, but very relatable, and just talking about how someone's really gonna miss out on you once you leave. And I know that too well. Like, we've all had that thought. Now look, this isn't a perfect album. There were a few tracks that didn't really move me. One of those being the song Stepper featuring Nardo Wick. Honestly, I just wasn't moved by any of the performances on here. And while the beat was actually hard, I just think that Latto and Nardo Wick didn't do much to it to really make it stand out like the other songs on this album. The set can be same for the song Soufside. And when it comes to the song Sleep Sleep, I don't know. It's like, maybe it's that I feel like somebody else could have done better on this song. Like, I just wasn't moved by Latto and her performance on this track. I could maybe hear like a Meg Thee Stallion do a little more with this beat. But other than that, man, this was an impressive collection of tracks by Latto. I really didn't have expectations or just didn't know what to expect on this album, man. I gotta say, I came out of this like really enjoying myself and having a fun time with this. Latto was having some issues with some clearances and some personalities when it came to finally getting this album out, and I'm glad she did because this was very enjoyable. Definitely gonna be tuned in to what she's doing moving forward, and I'm gonna give this album a 7.5 out of 10. So what did you guys think of this new Latto project? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite tracks? Let's have a discussion down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Got another video coming. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Jason. This has been my take, and I'll see you next time.